Scharnhorst was a German capital ship, alternatively described as a battleship or battle cruiser, of Nazi Germany's Kriegsmarine. She was the lead ship of her class, which included her sister ship Gneisenau. The ship was built at the Kriegsmarine dockyard in Wilhelmshaven. She was laid down on the 15th of June 1935 and launched a year and 4 months later on the 3rd of October 1936. Completed in January 1939, the ship was armed with a main battery of 9.28 centimeters, 11-inch C-34 guns in 3 triple turrets. Plans to replace these weapons with 6.38 centimeters, 15-inch SK C-34 guns in twin turrets were never carried out. Let's take a detailed look at the specifications of one of the Kriegsmarine's most formidable warships. Dimensions: the ship had an overall length of 234.9 meters, or 770 feet 8 inches. At the waterline, it measured 226 meters, or 741 feet 6 inches. It had a beam of 30 meters, equal to 98 feet 5 inches. The draft at standard load was 8.3 meters, or 27 feet 3 inches, and at full load, that increased to 9.9 meters, or 32 feet 6 inches. Displacement: at standard load, the ship displaced 32,100 long tons, or 32,600 metric tons. Fully loaded, displacement rose to 38,100 long tons, or 38,700 metric tons. Armament: the main battery consisted of 9 283mm, or 11.1-inch, SK C-34 guns mounted in 3 triple turrets. It also carried 12 150mm, or 5.9-inch, SK C-28 guns in 6 twin mounts. For anti-aircraft defense, it was fitted with 14 105mm, or 4.1-inch, SK C-33 guns in 7 twin mounts. This was supplemented by 16 37mm, or 1.5-inch, SK C-30 guns in 8 twin mounts, and a formidable battery of 34 20mm, or 0.79-inch, guns arranged in 10 single and 6 quadruple mounts. Propulsion: power was provided by 3 Brown Boveri turbine sets, delivering a combined output of 160,000 horsepower, fueled by 12 boilers. Speed: this powerhouse of engineering could reach a top speed of 31.65 knots. Armors: protection included a main belt up to 350 millimeters thick, tapering down to 260 millimeters, and finally 32 millimeters at its thinnest. The armored deck featured a sloped thickness of 105 millimeters, or 4.1 inches. Other features: the hull was divided into 21 watertight compartments, with 79% of the hull featuring a double-bottom design, enhancing survivability. For reconnaissance and observation, the ship carried 3 Arado R-100 and 96 seaplanes. Service life: Scharnhorst and Gneisenau operated together for much of the early portion of World War II, including sorties into the Atlantic to raid British merchant shipping. During her first operation in November 1939, Scharnhorst sank the armed merchant cruiser HMS Rawalpindi in a short engagement. Scharnhorst and Gneisenau participated in Operation Weserübung, the German invasion of Norway, from April to June 1940. During operations off Norway, the 2 ships engaged the battle cruiser HMS Renown and sank the aircraft carrier HMS Glorious, as well as her escort destroyers Acasta and Ardent. In that engagement, Scharnhorst achieved one of the longest-range naval gunfire hits in history. In early 1942, after British bombing raids, the 2 ships made the Channel dash up the English Channel from occupied France to Germany. In early 1943, Scharnhorst joined the Bismarck-class battleship Tirpitz in Norway to interdict Allied convoys to the Soviet Union. Scharnhorst and several destroyers sortied from Norway to attack a convoy, but British naval patrols intercepted the German force. During the Battle of the North Cape, the 26th of December 1943, the Royal Navy battleship HMS Duke of York and her escorts sank Scharnhorst. Only 36 men survived, out of a crew of 1,968. Several factors contributed to the high casualty rate. Battle conditions: the Scharnhorst was engaged in a fierce battle with British naval forces, including the battleship Duke of York. The ship sustained heavy damage from gunfire and torpedoes, leading to rapid flooding and loss of power. Destruction of the ship: the Scharnhorst was ultimately sunk after being hit repeatedly, which resulted in catastrophic damage. The ship's sinking happened quickly, leaving little time for crew members to escape. Cold water and weather. The battle took place in the Arctic waters off Norway, where freezing temperatures and rough seas posed additional challenges for survival. Many of those who entered the water faced hypothermia and drowning. Rescue operations. The British forces were focused on securing the area and did not conduct extensive rescue operations immediately after the sinking, which limited the chances for survivors to be rescued. These factors combined to result in a tragic loss of life, with only a small number of crew members managing to survive the ordeal.